Welcome to Vision 48 News. I'm Logan Brown.
I'm Savanna Smith.
And I'm Josefa Ventura.
North Greenville is named one of the best rural colleges in the U.S. according to College Raptor's 2016 college rankings. For a school to be considered for the 25 best rural college category, the school had to be located outside of city limits. North Greenville qualified because of its rural location in Tigerville, South Carolina.
One class at North Greenville captures our community's story over the semester. Vision 48's Emily Gissendanner talks to the students who push the limits on the written page.
Take a look on the Vision magazine's layout night. It takes focused teamwork to turn ideas into the finished page.
It's a little overwhelming just because we have a lot to do. It is fun though because we get to hang out and talk and we grow relationships together.
It all comes together at the end when everybody comes in about 3 to 4 times for a layout night and we all work together. I want it to be really collaborative and everybody can see part of themselves in the finished products.
The magazine took first place for a photograph entered into the South Carolina Press Association's Collegiate Contest, affirming they're pushing the limits to stay relevant with other print sources.
It's the NGU story that's told from the NGU point of view that you can't get anywhere else.
I think it's really important to have something that's in print that people can hold and give out to people.
The work experience to meet deadlines makes the Vision magazine staff a group of marketable employees.
I did an internship with World Magazine this summer, and a bunch of the clips, most of the clips that I used to apply for that internship, I had accumulated over writing for the magazine.
It's not just about the writing. Yes, that's the purpose of having a magazine, but so much more goes into it. So if you want to explore that talent that maybe not many people know about, this is a great way to use that in a practical way.
This is what I do for fun. This is my creative outlet.
I've made some great friends through doing it, and I've gotten invaluable practical experience.
You can talk to Karen Campbell in the Mass Comm department if you want to help tell the NGU story. Reporting for Vision 48 News, I'm Emily Gissendanner.
Thanks, Emily. If you want to get into the spirit of giving this Christmas, Miracle Hill Ministries helps those in need by giving aid to the homeless and those in addiction recovery. The service provider is one of the many beneficiaries of the Holiday Sunshine Fund. Every donation goes toward assisting local families and individuals. Over the years, $1.45 million has been collected and distributed to charities in the community. John Soaps, WYFF4 President and General Manager, said, "I hope everyone will take advantage of the opportunity to touch the lives of others by donating."
As the semester comes to a close and before winter break starts, all residential students have to take certain steps in the checkout procedure. Here's Vision 48's Logan Brown with all the details.
What students will need to do is go and set up an appointment time with their resident coordinator.
Make sure that they know where their resident coordinator has the checkout list, because we're going to be taping them to either our door or to a certain area.
Make sure that the times that they sign up for, they're ready at that time and not still working on getting packed up and ready to go.
Sign up for a time with them, and then the coordinator will come by and check them out.
And there's a list that's given to all of the residents from their RAs at the end of the semester that tells you kind of what the RCs are going to be checking for.
Friday and Saturdays, the times, I think we end checkout at around 2 or 4, and then Monday and Tuesday we go a little bit later just to try to make sure that we can get everybody out.
But if you're changing rooms and swapping roommates, then you definitely need to make sure that you take all of your stuff home.
If a student is coming back to their same room next semester, they can leave anything that they'd like to.
Make sure you don't leave anything that is valued, like TVs or gaming systems, laptops. Take those things home with you. It's just safer that way.
The best thing that I would say is to keep in mind the RCs are students as well, and they're having to take their exams, they're having to study for their exams.
One of the main things that people forget to do is defrost their microfridge, because they have to be unplugged and put on top of something. If you're in one of the dorms with the bed box, they have to be put on top of the bed box.
They also need to make sure that their mattress is cleared and up against the wall.
And then everything needs to be off the floor, so they can put it on their desk or in a closet or something like that. It's just got to be off the floor, so if anybody comes in to clean the floors or to buff the floors or anything, they can have easy access to that.
Student Life is looking to make this checkout as easy as possible. Look forward to meeting with your RCs this week. I'm Logan Brown, reporting for Vision 48.
Thanks, Logan. Don't go anywhere. We've got more news, weather, and sports coming up next. We'll be right back after this.
No. You good? I'm just out of gas, man.
It's been 3 hours. I don't know if I'll make it. I'm gonna have to go outside.
Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum made several stops in South Carolina over the weekend. Following the Clemson-Carolina game, he made a stop by Chick-fil-A in Anderson to speak one-on-one with voters about their concerns and how he would potentially fix those problems. The Pennsylvania senator greeted and served food to customers for a while over the counter and also shared his thoughts on preventing a technologically based national security threat.
What I would do is first fight to make sure that we have all the capability we need to be able to track down these communications before it happens.
Senator Santorum also served customers in the drive-through lines for a period of time. Following this, the GOP Republican hopeful will be traveling all over the state this week, speaking with voters and touring some of South Carolina's manufacturing facilities.
Los Angeles County's sheriff officials asked for the public's help in gaining information about a newborn baby deputies rescued Saturday. The girl was believed to be only 24 to 36 hours old when they found her buried beside a bike path. However, there is indication that the child was born at a medical facility or a hospital. The deputies found the infant around 4 p.m. after people on the bike path heard her cries and called authorities. She was taken to the hospital, and it's been reported that she is doing well.
As we wrap up this semester, Christmas is getting closer and closer by the day. Like lots of other folks, one upstate man is already out working on his yard, getting his home ready and decorating for Christmas. Vision 48's Codie Sloan shows us how.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
This is the fun part.
That's right. Putting up Christmas decorations. The week after Thanksgiving is the week that more people decorate their homes for Christmas than any other week of the season.
I think I do more now than I used to. Kind of add a little bit every year, it seems like.
Tony Sloan is a Piedmont resident who has been decorating his home for years. Whether it's hanging lights, wreaths, or garland, he says all the work pays off when getting to plug it all up finally arrives.
A magical moment when you put the plug together and turn it on for the first time.
Having to unload all those heavy boxes takes some work. And don't forget the countless trips back and forth to get supplies like cords and replacement light bulbs. All while keeping the spirit of Christmas alive. Eventually, after all the unwrapping, things begin to take shape and play their role in one of the biggest shows of the year.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This is my newest addition to Christmas lights. Now I need to get this connected.
However, here's a personal piece of advice.
Best time to check them is before they go on the tree. That works.
Then, it's time to put on the lights. It's a tedious process, having to make sure that each strand is wrapped perfectly, all the way down to the base of the tree. And then,
let's light them up.
It's the magical moment, a show like no other. And yes, that's Rudolph, his nose shining bright in the night. Altogether, it's a picture-perfect Christmas.
Yeah, it's an all-day job that I enjoy doing.
In Piedmont, Codie Sloan, Vision 48 News.
Thanks, Codie. Jack Frost is making his way to the upstate. Here's James Garcia with what to expect in your finals week forecast.
Welcome NGU. I'm James Garcia, yours truly from Vision 48, the coolest Mexican in this place, probably not really. There's more Mexicans that I know of. But we have a lovely week ahead of us. We have the final week of broadcasts. And finals, and final everything else probably, because we're all going to be passing classes, right? So on Tuesday, we have a high 60 and a low 54. We kind of got some rain going on in there, so you make sure you have some rain jackets on. You don't want to be too wet. On Wednesday, we have a high 60 and a low 40. Some more rain, and that's 2 days of rain. So by that point, you want to be having a canoe or something, because just from Crusader Court, something like that, get a few friends going right here like a canoe. I'm just kidding. So on Thursday, we have a high 55 and a low 38, partly cloudy skies. So no rain, maybe some puddles here and there if you want to play in the puddle or something like that. That's all to you, but partly cloudy skies, you probably don't need a rain jacket, just a little jacket here and there for those cooler temps. And on Friday, we have a high 56 and a low 36, partly cloudy skies. Once again, no more rain, so just kind of have those jackets on just in case. Make sure you get ready for finals on Friday once again. On Saturday, our second round 2 of finals, we have a high 58 and a low 38. No rain once again. Just make sure you have those jackets on and make sure you're cool and not too hot, not too warm, or not too cold, sorry. But that'll do it for this week. I am James Garcia. We're going to toss it back to sports at Vision 48 News.
Thanks, James. The men's basketball team celebrated a win over Belmont Abbey College on Tuesday night by a score of 77-58. This made the team 2-2 on the season and 1-0 in the Conference Carolinas play. The Crusaders spent their Thanksgiving in Melbourne, Florida as they traveled to Florida Tech to play in the FIT Classic. Their first game was on Friday night against Georgia Southwestern, where the Crusaders earned a 73-62 win. NGU lost the second game to Florida Tech with a score of 72-55. This makes the team 3-3 in the season. The men's basketball team will hit the road again on December 1st to take on Emmanuel College in Franklin Springs, Georgia. The women's basketball fell short to Belmont Abbey by a score of 87-81 on Tuesday night. The action continued to overtime, however, Belmont Abbey took and held the lead. The Lady Crusaders will be back on the court against Emmanuel College in a Conference Carolinas matchup on December 1st in Franklin Springs, Georgia at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you for joining us all here on Vision 48 News. Follow us on our social media to keep up with the latest news and exam week information. I hope you've had a great semester in North Greenville. I'm Logan Brown.
I'm Savanna Smith.
And I'm Josefa Ventura. Merry Christmas and see you next time, North Greenville.